All right, so as you guys can see, I've already set up over here what the Java code looks like and what ELA's structure kind of looks like. Obviously, we have the middleman over here who's trying to steal our data. Um, we don't pay him any mind though, because we got Elastos, so we don't worry about him. We don't worry about him. So all right, guys. So this is basically what it really looks like when you ELA compared to that Java thing we were just talking about. ELA is so inside of the Elastos runtime, which is this circle here. Um, this is the Elastos runtime right here, right? Look at that. So you see this bridge that the JNI and I will write in. Let's choose a good color. Is this a good color? No, brown. We have no brown on the screen, and I'll do a paintbrush. Right. So as you can see, everything is inside. So this sandbox, right? Remember the sandbox? Made that bigger so you guys can see this. This sandbox for the Java code, right? As you can see, remember this door here was also created by the JNI. This doorway, that color is definitely not pronounced enough. That's better. So this doorway here was created by the JNI to have the Java code and speak to the kernel. K for kernel. Now, what Elastos has done is it's kind of put, and this is not exactly how their interface is built out, but this is just an example to show like how it would generally work. So like you can see over here, I will put this K right here to indicate that this is somewhat the kernel, but it isn't. Yeah. All right. So the Elastos runtime is basically its own entity, and it has everything it needs inside. So the great thing about the Elastos runtime is that even if you are actively working or employed as a middleman, which is not a good job. Well, it depends on some people do it legally, and I guess penetration testing, I guess, is a good way to view that. Yeah, so the middleman, if you're a middleman, you can still attack Java right here. You can still grab information from anything written or using the JVM, the Java virtual machine. Anything that is attached to that JNI, as a middleman, you will always be able to grab it right here. So what companies have done, or businesses and such, they've made ways to make it harder to you to get here, to this data, this part where this is transferred. They made it harder for you to target this area. Elastos, however, decided to do this. We're just going to eliminate the entire bridge. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, how does it work? Well, I mean, they figured it out. That's the power of C++ as opposed to Java. Let's actually grab from this article. The main reason that leads to the man-in-the-middle attack and many virus attacks are based on this vulnerability. Yeah, this is the main reason. This is the main reason why, right? And that is because of the JNI. And I guess I should probably read that from the top so that you guys get the full context of it. In order to do this, the code execution has to completely leave the VM using the JNI, using our bridge over here, which then helps you interact with the hardware. The kernel helps you interact with the hardware. This is the main reason that leads to the man-in-the-middle attack. And many virus attacks are based on this vulnerability. See that? This is the vulnerability right here I was talking about earlier, guys. This is the problem with our current internet. Right. This is where the Elastos VM, C++ VM shines. If we run everything in the Elastos runtime, the code never has to leave this sandbox. I repeat, if we run this in the Elastos runtime, the code never has to leave this sandbox because you can directly interact with the kernel using C++. programming language without ever leaving the virtual machine. This prevents the man-in-the-middle attack and many other viruses. I know I'm speaking so very slowly, people, but I really need you to get this. This is huge. This is massive. This is amazing. So what this is basically saying is, do you guys see over here how we have all of these avenues to attack? What this is saying is like, nope. Oh, sorry. This is saying, we're not going to allow you to do that. We're taking that away. 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 You're not going to attack us there. You're not going to attack us there. You're not going to attack us there. You know what we're going to do? We're just going to get rid of the whole thing. We don't need that. We don't need that anymore. We don't need this anymore either. Because everything is internal. All right? So what that means now is, as you run your ELA code, right? So your apps, you have Elastos on your phone, right? We go back to the phone, guys. You run your ELA code, boom, right? It activates the Elastos Runtime, which then creates this box that we talk about here. Remember the box, the runtime, the sandbox, boys and ladies, and I'm not going to discriminate. There are, ladies in crypto too. But I'm sorry, I'm just I'm a fun guy. I like to have fun. So anyway, yeah, so you run that code inside of the sandbox. Maybe I should definitely use a different color for this one, right, boys? Girls? Everyone? All right, yeah. So you run your code inside the sandbox. I colored it up so everybody can get colors. And you no longer need to make this trip across the bridge to reach your kernel in Elastos. Alright, so that's all I really have for you today. I really hope you guys at least got something out of this. If this was too much, let me know. If it isn't good enough, let me know. I'm just trying to do my part in getting Elastos out there. However, I can communicate that. I will be happy. Sorry, let's put my fan on here. You guys are probably hearing that noise. Yeah. However, I can communicate Elastos' awesomeness out there. I will continue to do my part. If you guys want me, I can do... So, let me just give me a minute, guys. Let me just go through this. What I can do, I can go through all of these stuff. Really make it all, I really want to do a video on car component assembly runtime, because that's super huge. Yeah, if you guys really want me to do a video on that, let me know, and I can get in there and do my little diagrams again if you guys like this. If you guys prefer different diagrams or probably something more professional, I can. But I thought you guys would feel more, in tune with the fact that some dudes here with paint explaining technology, complicated technology with paint. Yeah. I think I should title that the video, Paint and Complicated Technology.